watching Local News 8 at 6. Local people, local news.
We start off tonight with breaking news out of Idaho Falls. Police on the scene of a shooting at an apartment complex on St. Clair Road. That's near Woodruff and 25th. All of this started just before 5:15 tonight. Local News 8's Febin Casahoon is at the scene. Febin, we know you have a live interview there. What can you tell us?
Hey Chris, so when I arrived on scene, there was one person that was handcuffed, and I was told that there was a fight, but they do not know who the aggressor was. Now, right now, I have Sergeant Bowers with me. So, Sergeant Bowers, what can you tell us at the moment?
What we know is we were sent or responded to a shots fired call. We know there was a physical altercation, and at this point in time, it's just evolving rapidly, and we're still trying to, gather information, identify, and so we're secured the scene. Detectives will be out, and we'll give you information as we get it.
Okay, can you tell us the condition of the person that left in the ambulance?
No, I cannot.
All right, thank you so much. And there you have it, Chris. That's all we know at the moment. More information will come as they're available. Live in Idaho Falls, I'm Febin Casahoon.
Febin, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. As you heard, one person shot at the apartments there on St. Clair. We will have more information online at localnews8.com and tonight at 10. Moving on to weather now. The rush is on to remove the snow from Pocatello streets tonight. Crews will be out in force in just a few hours. City crews will be working to remove the snow from streets starting at midnight tonight. They will work through about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the area being focused on tonight will be east of Old Town, specifically the areas between East Lewis to East Lander Street. All vehicles must be removed from city streets during that time. Let's head north now to Rigby. The city there has a new nifty ice cutter. Take a look at this picture of the new outfit. The city says this ice cutter will make the city streets smoother on their Facebook page. They also say the ice buildup will hopefully be gone thanks to the new ice removal tool. And Taja Davis is here now with our forecast, and we've got some sun, so that ice will start to melt.
Exactly. So this is the perfect time for those snowplows to get out there and that snow cutter. The roads really do need some help. But right now, a beautiful look over Idaho Falls with the clouds and the sunset and everything. 4 degrees around this area, so it is very cold out there, folks, and that's pretty much the headline for the entire night. It's very, very chilly. Current conditions across the board: 18 in Soda Springs, -4 in Pinedale, -2 in Jackson, and -24 in Chalice in the Salmon area. So you all really need to bundle up, and it's not going to get much warmer for the rest of the night. And also in that same area, in the Central Mountains, we do have a flood warning because it is, believe it or not, getting a little warmer with the sun coming out. That is melting all of that snow. So the Salmon, Central Mountains area, there is a flood warning, so please be careful if you are out there driving and you are hitting the roads. Tonight, we are going to be seeing an average high for tonight at around -7 degrees. So bundle up and please stay safe out there. Back to you, Chris.
All right, thanks, Taja. So this up and down in temperatures is creating a real danger for anyone thinking about spending some weekend time in the backcountry. Emergency crews in Bonneville and Fremont County in Idaho and Teton County, Wyoming say there is an extreme avalanche danger. The Fremont County Sheriff's Office says the threat is the worst that it has ever seen. Terrifying moments captured on a GoPro as a snowmobiler is caught in an avalanche. The risk of this happening to you this weekend is extremely high.
The snow we've gotten and the weather conditions with the warming and the cold and the warming and the cold is just ripe for avalanche conditions.
People like Genevieve Judge, who is in town from Florida, are taking the warning seriously as she prepares to hit the mountain this weekend.
Definitely going to make sure to check out the conditions before we head out on Saturday. We're going with friends that have experienced snowmobiling in this, and we're obviously not going to do anything that puts ourselves or our friends in danger.
Slides can reach speeds of 200 miles per hour, and one slide alone could fill up 1,350 dump trucks. Worldwide, 150 people die in avalanches each year, according to avalanche.org.
Watch them. Keep our Rex, head down there.
The Fremont County Search and Rescue doesn't want you to become the next statistic. In a statement, they wrote, if you and your party are not proficient using avalanche flotation backpacks, beacons, probes, and shovels, and you are not certified in avalanche awareness rescue, please do not venture off trail up into the mountains. Judge is taking these warnings seriously.
we're a little bit more aware of our surroundings, not, push the limit, because being on a snowmobile can be fun. You want to push that limit, you want to get it to go fast, but it's also not worth risking your life.
Some of the biggest areas of concern for rescuers are Mount Jefferson, Rays Peak, Two Top, and Lions Head. All of Teton County, Wyoming is also on alert, and in Bonneville County, the threat isn't just areas only touched by the backcountry lovers.
We had 2 different slides on the Groom Trail system, and that's an area that's not typically prone to that.
If you are planning on going into the backcountry, here is what you need to know. First, make sure you have some safety equipment that includes a backpack, a beacon, probe, and a shovel. Second, plan ahead. Check the conditions where you are going. You can do that on avalanche.org. And finally, tell someone where you are going and when you plan to return. New tonight, BYU restructures how rapes on campus are reported. The school recently appointed a woman as the new victim advocate to help students who report sexual assaults on campus. The newly created position was established after a school commission was formed following students who spoke out demanding the change. All of this stems from an October case when a woman reported she had been raped and the school informed her that she may have violated the honor code. News from around the region, we start in Layton, Utah. Police there still looking for a man who stole a car with children inside. On Friday, police spotted a man acting suspiciously after some exchange, and he takes off. The suspect then spotted a car that was in a parking lot, jumped in it, and fought off the parents of a young family, stealing the car with children inside. You see it there. Police officials say the suspect left the children in the parking lot of a store.
Dad was working on the car, and the mom was right there tending to the kids. But this guy jumped in the driver's seat and started trying to back the car out of the parking stall. There was a brief struggle as the mom was trying to get the kids. The dad was trying to get the guy out of the car, but he was able to put it in reverse and back out of the parking stall.
A very scary situation. Police did chase the suspect down I-15, but speeds were so fast that they decided to call off the chase. The good news in all of this, no one was hurt. Back in Idaho, we go to Boise. One person is fighting to survive after a stabbing in downtown around 2 o'clock this morning. Local News 8 is told 2 people were stabbed. One has life-threatening injuries. One person is in custody and is currently being interviewed by police. A message for Idaho boat owners this evening. The U.S. Coast Guard has made changes to the vessel registration process, and it will impact you. In a news release, the Coast Guard said it mailed renewals to boat owners about the changes. The biggest change that you will see is to the whole identification number. It has to be verified before you renew. A whole ID is similar to the VIN of a car. If you did not get a letter yet, the Coast Guard says be patient. They are coming. Turning to the legislator now, the House Education Committee is proposing new science standards. It's something that sparked controversy last year. Lawmakers rejected the standards with very little public explanation. This move means the state kept its old science standards in place while the State Department of Education gathers more public input. If lawmakers don't extend the temporary rule, the state will go back to its old standards. House Education Committee Chairman Julie Van Orden and her committee will work on the rulemaking process over the next few weeks. And staying at the Capitol for the 5th year in a row, Idaho lawmakers say Governor Butch Otter's revenue projection for 2018 is on point. The Joint Economic Review says that they favor the estimate Otter released in Monday's State of the State address. The governor's forecast predicts $3.5 billion in tax revenue, or 4.6% more than the current year. From the State House to the White House, the Trump transition hits a new speed bump. The president-elect on Twitter attacking a civil rights legend. It was a tweet that started yet another firestorm. ABC's Mary Bruce reports from Washington.
On this Martin Luther King weekend, Donald Trump on Twitter targeting civil rights icon and Congressman John Lewis. Trump punching back after Lewis announced plans to boycott his inauguration and said he believes the Russians helped Trump get elected. Lewis speaking to NBC News.
I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president.
On Saturday morning, Trump tweeting that the veteran congressman is all talk, 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 no action or results. Sad. In response, Democratic Congressman Jim Himes tweeted this photo of Lewis from the 1965 march in Selma, Alabama, where police attacked the nonviolent protesters, saying that's Representative John Lewis almost dying for freedom and voting rights.
He took action marching from Selma to Montgomery. They fractured his skull because of the color of his skin. But John Lewis never stopped marching for justice and equality for all people.
Even Republican Senator Ben Sasse criticized Trump's tweet, saying John Lewis and his talk have changed the world. Lewis played a key role in the civil rights movement, one of the original Freedom Riders. He also marched and worked alongside Martin Luther King Jr.
We march today for jobs and freedom.
And spoke at the March on Washington 50 years ago. Trump is also dealing with the Senate Intelligence Committee, which launched an investigation Friday after new details showed Trump's national security advisor Michael Flynn texted with the Russian ambassador on Christmas Day and later spoke by phone on the same day the Obama administration imposed sanctions for hacking and expelled 35 Russian diplomats. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
Trump spokesman tells ABC News the Russian ambassador invited Flynn to attend Syrian peace talks, which the Obama administration had been excluded from. The Russian embassy won't comment on the phone call, but confirms the ambassador will be attending Trump's inauguration according to the practice and protocol rules. Some bad news tonight for Wells Fargo customers. Your branch options are getting slimmer. We'll explain coming up. Plus, with our recent weather, it's nice to thank summer. A little later on the news at 6, what you can expect on the roads if you're planning on doing any summer traveling. Also ahead, while summer sounds nice, it is still winter. Go along with us as we show you the damage from a massive ice storm in the Midwest. An alert for Wells Fargo customers in our consumer report. The Nationwide Bank is pulling the plug on more than 400 bank branches. They'll shut them down by the end of 2018. The bank says the branches are closing because of preference for online and mobile banking and not because of the bank's recent scandal involving the creation of fake customer accounts. In Wyoming, Amazon customers will soon have to pay taxes on their purchases. Governor Matt Mead has announced the state reached an agreement with the online retailer to begin collecting the sales tax. Mead believes that the tax will help with the state's ongoing budget crisis. It goes into effect March 1st. Staying on the Consumer Watch, a story that could have you making some moolah. A recently settled class action lawsuit is putting some bucks back into the pockets of anyone who bought milk or dairy products in several states. And while it doesn't impact Idaho, states around us are in on the winnings. Keely Arthur explains this from America's Dairyland of Wisconsin.
It's a staple grocery item, and if you've picked up milk since 2003, chances are you're in for some moolah. We're called the dairy state for good reason.
Well, most people in Wisconsin are milk consumers.
And if you live here, you've probably raised your kids on it.
Cereal, dinner, I suppose some of them will drink it from the jug if we're not watching them.
Patrick Carey, a father of 6, has spent thousands on milk and, like many, is now eligible to get some money back.
So anybody that bought some dairy, bought some milk from 2003 to 2010 can claim some damages.
It's all because of a class action lawsuit recently settled out of court for $52 million that accused the herd retirement program run by cooperatives working together of conspiring to kill cows to keep prices high. While Bob Kropp, an expert witness for the milk producers, admits the program was used to reduce milk supply and stabilize prices, he says the reason was far less cruel.
Anyway, it was a nice way for them to exit out of the dairy business if they decide to do that. So, my take is the impact on the actual milk price of the consumer pretty minimal.
In total, nearly 3,000 farms were bought out, resulting in the slaughter of more than 500,000 cows over 7 years. Now, it's going to put money back into consumers' pockets.
Well, I might look into it, sure.
You're also eligible if you bought other dairy products like yogurt, sour cream, or cottage cheese. People in eligible states have through the end of the month to make a claim, and you can do that at boughtmilk.org. Oregon and Nevada are our only neighboring states that are in on this lawsuit. So, Taja Davis, if those cows aren't moving, you might have some ice cream out there.
So corny, but yes. Yes, that is very true. The cows might be pretty cold outside, though, if they are still out there tonight. 14 degrees in the Pocatello area. The winds are nothing to be concerned about, but it is very, very cold out there, folks. So please make sure you're bundling up. We can see the current conditions across the board: 20 in Burley, 11 in Blackfoot, 4 Idaho Falls, negative 24 below zero in Chalice. So bundle up. That's pretty much the big theme for today. And as we look at the wind chill, it's even colder. That's really, really unfortunate. As we look at our Viper radar, not much is happening here either, folks. We have a couple of sprinkle of snowfall kind of along the state going into Wyoming, but that's about it. We're not going to see a lot more precipitation coming from the skies until about later on this week. And as we take a look at the temperatures across the board for tonight, a lot of places we're going to be below zero, folks. So please make sure that you have those heaters up, you are bundled up nice and warm and cozy in your beds, and we just kind of stick out the night. But as we go into tomorrow, for most of the region, we will be bursting through freezing. We're going to be around in that area: 23 in American Falls, 20 in Blackfoot, 18 in Idaho Falls, 24 in West Yellowstone. And as we come across to the central mountain area, 6 degrees. So we're not really going to be getting a break anytime soon. As we take a look at our 8-day forecast, I do want to go ahead and point out here from Sunday through about Tuesday, we're going to be staying pretty dry. Partly cloudy skies here or there, but it's not until Wednesday and Thursday where we're going to get that big bout of precipitation, snowfall, rain that's going to be coming across the region. And as we take a look at Pocatello as well, sunny, sunny, sunny for Sunday and Monday. And then again, Wednesday, Thursday, we're looking at 70% chances of snow showers. And in Jackson, same deal here. You all will have sub-zero temperatures for Sunday and Monday evening, so please be aware of that. And in Blackfoot as well, we're going to be bouncing between 20 and 30 degrees as a high throughout the rest of the week. And again, just to kind of reiterate the pattern for the whole entire region. We're going to be staying pretty dry Sunday through Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday are our big chances of showers, and then we are going to be pretty clear again as far as moisture in the air for the rest of the week. As we go ahead and take a look at Salmon as well, 6 degrees, guys, is your high for tomorrow and Monday, but you will get a lot warmer as the week goes on, so just stick it out there.
You're from California.
Mm-hmm.
Are you used to this yet?
No. Oh, gosh, no.
You should see her boots. They're like
Gosh,
insulated
no.
down here.
Yes.
And she's in a heated studio.
Insulated. It's cold in here.
Okay.
It's cold.
All
It's
right.
very cold. I applaud you all who live here. Who've lived here for years. You guys have got some tough skin.
or lots of wool.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks, Taja. So now to the weather nationwide. Over 20 million Americans in the nation's midsection are dealing with another powerful winter storm. It's forecast to bring significant ice across the region. The freezing rain and ice causing a 20-plus car chain reaction pileup in Wichita, Kansas. Police there were saying there's only minor injuries. Drivers say the whole thing was scary.
I could just see every single car that was coming to hit me, and my airbag deployed, and then my head got whacked in the steering wheel like 5 different times.
Concerns about power outages is also increasing. Get this, just 1 inch of ice can add more than 750 pounds of extra weight to a 300-foot power line. Big changes coming to the bison population at Yellowstone National Park. We'll explain that one coming up. Plus, planning a summer getaway. You aren't alone. Still ahead, the prediction for 2017 travel.
Get First Alert weather anytime, on demand. Log on to localnews8.com.
New at 6, busting at the seams with bison. Yellowstone National Park officials say herd sizes are so large they have trapped at least 100 bison in corrals. The trapped bison will be shipped to slaughterhouse facilities so the meat can be distributed to designated Native American Indian tribes. Yellowstone's total bison population is about 5,500. And Yellowstone is a popular international tourist destination. Millions visit the park each year. Winter, not so much. But this year's holiday travel was the busiest on record, and AAA expects that to continue this year. Local News 8's Fema Kasahun tells us more.
It could be a busy year on the roads. and at the airports. AAA says about 1/3 of U.S. adults are more likely to take a vacation this year compared to 2016.
We see that there's been a lot of pent-up demand with travelers. A lot of travelers have been putting off their vacations.
Many vacationers are looking for somewhere warm. Florida is an especially popular destination. Orlando and its theme parks are the top U.S. travel spot. Fort Lauderdale and Miami are also in the top 5. The Dominican Republic is #1 internationally. Other islands, including Jamaica and the Bahamas, are also popular this year. But AAA's Tamara Johnson says many other vacationers are looking for a unique experience that brings them closer to the culture they're visiting.
And so one way that they're doing that are by setting up dining experiences with local families, also by scheduling hands-on tutorials with local craftsmen.
Ocean cruises are popular and an increasing number of people are considering a river cruise this year.
This is definitely the best time to book a cruise. We see a lot of cruise lines are giving travelers a significant discount on their travel packages, and so a lot of people are taking advantage of that and booking early so they have their trip planned for the year.
Many Americans plan to stay on dry land and make a national park their destination this year. In Idaho Falls, I'm Febin Kasahun, Local News 8.
AAA says it's also seen an increase in travel bookings to Canada and Australia. And when we come back, we will have one final look at your forecast as you take a live look over Rexburg tonight.
Local people, local news. You're watching Local News 8 at 6.
An update on the breaking news that we brought you at the top of this newscast. We are just being told by Idaho Falls Police Public Information Officer Jolynn Hansen that one person is dead at an apartment complex shooting at the Meadowood Apartments near Woodruff and 25th. We are also told that one person has been taken into custody. Febin Kasahun is on the scene. She will have more tonight at 10, and we'll have more information as it comes into our newsroom on localnews8.com. And turning things over now to Taja Davis with a final look at our forecast tonight. It's cold, but we've got a warm up coming.
Yes, exactly. So it is cold out there, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 8-day forecast. We're not going to be getting our warm up until about Wednesday, when all of the snow is going to be falling, ironically. And as we go ahead and take a look at Pocatello, the main pattern here is that for Sunday, Monday, and possibly a little bit of Tuesday, we're going to be seeing clear skies, maybe a couple of clouds here or there. And Wednesday and Thursday are going to be our main bouts of precipitation coming from the sky. And then the rest of the week, it looks like it'll be pretty clear from moisture.
We are looking forward to the warm-up. Thank you, Taja.
Yes,
We're back here tonight at 10. See you later, everyone.